Hey everyone, Brendan here. Advanced Themer 2.5 for Bricks Builder came out today, which means, I'm 5 or 6 videos behind and catching up to the release cycle. But I figured I would record a quick one. I'm going to try and do a couple of these to help people get started. I get a lot of questions about this from people that view the videos. So let's take a look today at some of the changes in 2.5 Advanced Themer. So right now we're just going to look at the top bar today. All right, so I have these toggled on, these responsive helper and the open link in new tab, and I have only the AT main menu, which is a new addition in 2.5. This combines all these other menus. If you remember in the old Advanced Themer, there were a ton of icons up here that maybe it was getting a little crowded, so it seems like we've reverted that to now have this type of smaller menu. It says AT, and you can click that, and you'll notice all of those are now here with convenient shortcuts as well. Okay, so anything you need to open here, you can click, of course. And if you need to use the shortcut, there's like Xmode. Xmode toggles that on, right? And grid, right? So we have new toggles in the menu. So let's start with the Xmode. So what is Xmode? Xmode puts everything in a black and white mode with a black border around it. So we'll toggle that again. You can see it's taken all the color out and it puts a box around everything. So this is useful for when your designs get really complex and you need organization or you need to eliminate the color contrast to debug a layout. And remember, everything is a box. So even this bold, strong text here, that ends up being another box, even though it's in a rich text element. Oops. Toggle that off, and we come down here. We can see that this takes out the blue, but it leaves sort of an indication that it's a darker shade. And the other nice thing you'll notice with this is that it again, it's putting the box around everything. So we can see here this image and this text link are within this box. Even though there's margin here, I can tell where that box is. Right, so we can also toggle that off. So that is Xmode. So that helps you see where things are on your structure layout. So you can potentially debug if you need to, or just have a sort of distraction-free mode. The other popular one is a grid guide. And if you've done any work in Figma, you might like or already use the grid system. So we can toggle that with CTRL+SHIFT+I. Right, that'll bring up the default grid, and you can see here it's gotten almost pixel perfect here with the layout that we have here. And the nice thing about this is you can change this. So if we come up here again to the AT main menu, and we have grid guides here, and there's a settings. And remember, this toggles it on or off, as well as the toggle, but here are some settings for it. So this will open up, and we have how many columns we have on desktop. And we can change this color. We can make this less opaque, which I tend to like to do if I'm going to use it at all. So we could change that to like a blue there. And on tablet, we can change it to some purple. If we go down there, we'll see it. And we can again make that less opaque. Right. And come down to the mobile landscape. We could also change the number of columns, right, to make it like 6. And you can change this to any number you want, including variables. So I've got automatic CSS, so I can use var grid gap. And I could put that in all of these. Why not? And let's say on this one, we also want just 6 columns. And we could say we want smaller gap there, 15 pixels. And again, we can change this. So one of the benefits of this is that if you save this, you exit, and if you happen to use the other keyboard shortcut, CTRL+B, to cycle through your breakpoints, you can have different colors for different breakpoints, so you know what breakpoint you're on without needing to look. So if that's something that helps you, that a lot of people tend to like something like that. All right, what else do we have here? So let's deactivate our grid lines. And again, Control+B, yeah, to cycle through the breakpoints. Contrast checker. So we have another toggle up here for contrast checker. Again, I can toggle that on. And it doesn't do anything yet. But so let's go to this block. Let's show this block. And let's come down here. I've got another fourth block here. And if we Control+Shift+K, we can see that we have, according to the WCAG 2.0 guidelines, we have some color contrast issues with our colors. So anything that's inaccessible is marked in a red border. Okay, so it's not just color, but it's also size. So if we take this and let's toggle, we can toggle this on or off. Let's toggle it off, and we'll go to this this div here, and we'll change this to like just our action color, and then we'll Control+Shift+K, and again this heading is now accessible technically, but the smaller body text is not. All right, so how else does this recognize? It recognizes font weight in addition to font size and font color, right? So I could come on here technically and make this a bit bigger and make it bolder. And now if I Control+Shift+K, only that text link now is inaccessible. So again, you're not going to design necessarily according to this. You're going to change your colors, but it's just something to keep in mind that all these things factor into accessibility. All right, and this is not a catch-all for all your accessibility issues. Don't necessarily rely on this, but this is a good indicator of what the colors that you can have on your systems, and just quickly be able to toggle it. Say, oh no, that's just going to be too dark. Let's go to this, and we'll change it to, even if we do like 90% transparency, and then we toggle it. That's actually all it takes for that to become accessible. So I'm toggling Control+Shift+K. It's not doing anything because there is no more accessibility issue. So that is a nice toggle to have. And the last one, or I guess the very last one I have here is Open Link in New Tab. That is this guy right here. A nice thing to have to, you guessed it, open up in a new tab. Right? So there it is. And the last one I have on my list here is the responsive helper. So there's a new 3 dots that appear up here in the area where the breakpoints are. So if we click that, that'll toggle this responsive helper. And then I'm able to drag this all the way through all the different breakpoints fluidly. And it's nice if you need to adjust this and you don't really want to type, you can just kind of drag it. And if we combine this with the grid lines, we can see the colors changing all the way down. There's a phone, or there's a smallest breakpoint, there's phone landscape, there's tablet, and there's desktop. All right, you can keep zooming out. So anyway, that is some of the just sort of top bar features in Advanced Themer. Again, there's these 3 right here, and this new AT main menu with the grid guides, the Xmode, and the contrast checker. So that's all I'm checking out right now, and hopefully we can make some more videos about this. So hopefully this helps you out. Good luck.